Okay, so we'll look at Aaero at 21:9. This is a very polished, simple, yet addictive title, where you need to trace lines of light to match the song playing whilst shooting enemies that come to kill you whilst you're flying along. The premise sounds simple: simply use one analog stick to move in time with the lines and use the other to target enemies and the trigger to shoot. No other controls needed. But you're in for a shock. You'll soon find out how ambidextrous you are. This is not an easy game. Anyway, before I go into the details on the gameplay, let's go over the ultrawide support. So the game works very well with ultrawide resolutions. Gameplay shows off more on the sides of the screen correctly. However, you do get pop-in on the very edges at times when outside of tunnel scenes. It's not exactly an issue, but I would like it fixed. The only real cutscenes in this are the tutorial scenes, which are 16:9 video. However, the menu surrounding the video is stretched to fill the screen space. The main menu and in-game menus are all stretched to fill the extra width sadly, but luckily doesn't look too bad doing it. Just thankfully there are no black bars. I would like it if the menus just locked to 16:9 and the sides showed off more of the white style background on the sides. It would just look so much better. The only real loading screen too is the startup one, where the sides show some weird grey and blue stuff, but it's over quickly. Performance-wise, the game is very easy to run and should have no issue running on integrated graphics. There are no graphics options to tweak beyond the resolution, but like I said, it doesn't need a powerhouse to run. There is one issue I ran into with the weird slider resolution thing not working with 3440 by 1440 well, but just using the resolution selection below it and maxing out the top line anyway sorted it out. So like I said, gameplay is on the surface simple. You need to use a controller for this game, simply cannot control what you need to do in this. Now, there are 3 difficulty levels: normal, advanced, and master. Normal mode is pretty chilled, it is challenging at times, but it generally restrains itself to mainly allowing you to focus on just following the lines or fighting enemies, but not trying to make you do the 2 at the same time. However, jumping up to advanced mode suddenly changes this. You will rarely find yourself without enemies to fight, and trying to fight enemies and follow the lines becomes a serious challenge, especially as songs are more erratic to follow, with curves and rapid changes as you get to later songs. You're really forced to coordinate well between your 2 hand movements. Now, this said, even getting off of normal mode can be difficult because you need to get 90% of the stars available on this difficulty before advanced unlocks. So when you play a level, you get a score out of 5 in stars, depending on your accuracy of staying on the lines and your success at killing enemies and not dying. And to get 90% of stars is actually really difficult, as you need to get some perfect runs in hard levels in order to get the required stars. By staying on the lines and killing enemies, you'll boost up your score and your multiplier. The multiplier is the biggest thing though. See, it will continue to rise up until ×8, but if you come off the lines for too long or die, then you'll drop that multiplier down and your score will go up far slower. So in reality, if you want to get 5-star completions, then you need to make sure you don't die and you stay on those lines like a magnet. Also, as you go up the difficulty levels, you'll find you lose your multiplier far more quickly when coming off of the lines. You can also shoot bonus hidden red dots around the level that will help your success, and you can see how many of these red dots a level has in the menus. A few levels also change things up with cool bosses to tackle whilst flying through the environment, and also some environments have obstacles you need to weave through to make things tenser. I must say, the levels are both well designed and graphically great to look at. There is also a good level of diversity in the type of landscapes that you're flying through. Of note, you have a set number of lives when playing any difficulty level, and once you lose them all, you must restart. However, there is a separate difficulty level called Chill Out, which has infinite lives, and this allows you just to cruise through the whole level to hear the whole song and practice hard sections without worrying about dying. Another helpful tip for those advanced players: when shooting enemies, the lines that shoot out to reach the enemies take as long as it takes for the next beat in the song to hit. So shooting just before a beat hits means the lines will be short and quick, but shooting way before the beat will make the line curve all around before hitting the enemy, and you'll get more points for the shorter the line to the enemy. So that's another thing to take into account when playing for those high scores. To put it simply, this game is fantastic fun for both those looking for a challenge and those looking for just a bit of casual fun. When playing casually, my friend and I were able to get about 3 to 4 stars on every level for normal difficulty, but found it a real challenge to get 5 stars on all levels, and ended up actually sharing the controller, so one of us focused on shooting and one on navigating the lines. It worked well, even if it was cheating. On that point though, this really is a great title to play with a friend. Two of us just sat in playing it and switched between each other when we died, and it was genuinely a load of fun to try and do better than the other. The game does show its limits and places though. The same songs are used for all difficulty levels, unfortunately. I was hoping for a completely new set each time, and really the difficulty level only changed the number of enemies we faced and not the difficulty in the lines that we were tracing when going from normal to advanced, which again I feel was a missed opportunity. Music variation is rather limited between songs too, but it fits the style of game well, and even though neither myself or my friend would have listened to the music at any other time, because it works so well for this game, we really enjoyed it, so I see no issue here. All in all, I'm going to give it a WideAsFcuk score of 2. There is a lot of stretching and pop-in that drags down its ultrawide support, but that said, from a gameplay perspective, it's a genuine blast. It's a small, neat package that will grab you, and most certainly something I would recommend playing. Yes, there isn't any customization on vehicles or the like, and I would have really liked to see a purely line tracing set of levels instead of always having to shoot enemies in levels, but it is an addictive game regardless, and it's very well polished. Totally worth the play, and it's so impressive that it's been only made by a 2-man development team. So I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21:9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any other games at 21:9, head over to my channel or the WideAsFcuk website. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below with what you'd like to see and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to support the channel, the links to my Patreon page in the description and Amazon affiliate links are there too. See you later.
Chose love and not to